Today we're going to talk about how to get force flow into and out from ground in the 一级 kamyongma of 小林头 practice. Okay, so first we need a force flow path in order to be able to get force flow into or come out from the ground. Okay, so in other words, that if we want to receive force or if we want to issue force, we need this force to be able to go down to the ground, into the ground, or get the force from ground to issue. Okay, so in other words is force going down to the ground and force come up from ground. Okay, and in order to have this force going into the ground and come out from the ground for issuing, okay, so this is receiving and this is issuing, you need an force flow axis. Okay, so axis mean axis. Okay, you need that. And in order to have that, to build that force flow path, okay, as what we have already talked about in the 7-ball technology video, that you need first, of course, to open up your 7 balls, so and before anything. However, we need to pay attention on a couple things, okay, and that is this area. Okay, this is the area which is the human body link with the earth or the ground. Okay, so special attention need to pay attention to the lower 3 balls, which is the feet balls, the ankle balls, and the knee balls. Okay, and as we talked about before, the feet ball is for coupling, okay, with the ground, meaning that if force has to go down to the ground, it has to go through the feet ball. If force have to come out from the ground, it has to go through the feet balls. So force flow has to go flowing down, flowing up. It has to pass through the feet ball. So it is very important that, okay, and the meaning of coupling is meaning that it be able to going down into the ground and come out from the ground. Okay, so the force flow handling, okay, need to focus on the feet, the ankle, and the knee. If these 3 is not loose, then we are jamming it. Okay, now once if you develop the force flow path or the axis, then you'll be able to do the straight type of force flow handling, back and forth, in and out the ground, or spiral type, back and forth, in and out of ground. Okay, but first you need to have this axis. If you don't have this axis, then all bets off. Okay, cannot do a thing. Okay, so we know that this is the region for couple with the ground, the human body coupled with the ground, and there's a few things we need to be very careful. Say this is the action force. The black one is the action force. Okay, which is due to the body weight or so forth. Okay, and this is the reaction force. If this sections is true, okay, meaning that it be able to flow through and the coupling is very good, okay, then the force can flow freely up or down. So the reaction force can flow freely up or down without jamming or get stuck here. Okay? Now, if this path is not handling properly, then it ends up that your action force and reaction force jamming here is not going to going down, okay? It's not going to do that, it's just going to stuck here. Okay? Then that means that you don't have the access. You cannot have access like this. Only this one you can have an access. Okay? Only this one you can have access. This one, this is broken here. Okay? Now, so if you be able to have a good handling in this what I call the lower tribal, the feet, the ankle, and the knee, then your body, this part of the body, it behave like kind of like a spring, where it be able to transmit force flow up and down, on the action and reaction force up and down. Okay, and your whole body feel like is like you can say it's like a spring, or like a pipeline where water can flow freely through it. Okay, and so force flow can flow freely through it. However, if this part of the body is not handling properly, okay, for example, it's like clamping the knee, clamping the ankle, and have a very stiff feet, then one end up turn into this type of stuff, like a tripod, put a weight on it. Okay, so this part is like a tripod, and this part, the body, is like a weight here. So it's like a dead thing there sitting down there. Okay, it's just like a wreck sitting down there to support the body weight. Okay, it is not alive at all. It is not an axis at all, but it's stagnated there. Okay, and usually if you clamp your feet, clamp your knee, your ankle, and your feet is really solid. Okay, sometimes people even grab the floor, make it very tense here, then turn into be this. Okay, and when you do this, meaning that you just create a barrier between your body and the ground. There's not going to let the force flow flowing back and forth the ground freely. Okay, so that is not the way how to do it. Okay, and if this part gets stuck, okay, which meaning create a barrier there, which is so that the force flow is stuck here, and in fact there's no force flow but all this tensing stuff here, then it's almost guaranteed your body cannot lose, your breathing will not be able to going down to the lower abdomen. Okay, for people who want to cultivate qi in dantian, it cannot be done. The breathing will be stuck in the chest area, and very forceful. Actually, is very suffering to be in those positions. Okay, and it turns out that the mind cannot quiet down either. So when this part is tense and stressed or stuck, the body is not loose, all the 7 bones stuck, the breathing is stuck at the chest, cannot have a full breathing or natural breathing. The qi cannot sink to the dantian, the mind cannot quiet down. Okay, so that is the issue when this part of the leg is not properly handling. Okay, so not only the force flow cannot go up and down, the whole thing, the body, the mind, the breathing, the qi, the jing, the force flow or the momentum, all stuck. Okay, Sure, people sometimes say, well, we need to stand there for hours until we be able to do it. Well, guess what? You can never do it because that is only increasing your stress and increasing your stress tolerance threshold. Nothing else but they doing that. And why do we want to increase our stress sensitivity threshold? Okay, Wing Chun is a sensing art. Sensing art meaning that the whole body has to be loose so that the force flow has to be flow, so that be able to sense things. Even minor stuff we can be able to sense it. But once you have this raise the threshold of the tolerance of endurance, the stress, then it means that it desensitizes the whole body, okay, and it becomes really stiff and rigid. So we don't want to do that. That's actually the opposite. Okay, so this is the last chart, and we know that again the feet bowl, the ankle bowl, the knee bowl. These are the three major control of the force flow. Okay, how the force is going down to the ground or come up from the ground is based on the handling of this lower three bowls, the feet bowls, the ankle bowls, and the knee bowls. And now when people talk about rooting, sometimes people say rooting is meaning that you just tense the whole thing, grab it, try to root. Well, you cannot root it because the more you do tensing there, it's going to get stuck here. Rooting means coupling downward, okay, and that means the feet has to be relaxed. So it's like you stand on a cushion, okay, very thick cushions. It just the weight, the force is just coupling down to the ground. Very good. Instead of like you standing on a rock or something where you don't feel that you can stand firmly into the ground. Okay, so coupling, okay, especially what we call the rooting or the couple the force flow down to the ground, is not about tensing the heck out of the feet or and then pressing with the knee and so forth. No, it's relaxed, losing this feet ball, losing the ankle ball, and losing the knee balls, and so it feel like what? It feel like standing on a thick cushions or a new running shoe, the force going right down to the into the ground. Okay, that's how it feels for rooting. Okay, so that is how important is about handling this lower three balls. And in order to have the access, okay, or to develop the force flow path, so that you be able to let the force flow or command the force flow down to the ground or out from the ground, one needs first to handle these three balls. Okay, so in order to have the access, okay, the force flow access or the force flow path, one first thing need to do is to handle these three balls. Otherwise, nothing can be done. Okay? So this is for today.